Hi everybody, it's Miss Annie from the Youth Room at the Wakefield Library, and welcome back to another virtual story time. We'll enjoy a couple stories together, we will sing some songs, and we'll do a craft together at the end of the video. Now, we're getting close to the end of our summer reading program this year, and you might remember that our theme this year was Imagine Your Story. So I thought today we could read a couple of picture books all about stories. First, I thought we could read I Am a Story by Dan Yaccarino, and this is read with permission from HarperCollins Children's Books. And then we can read This is a Good Story, and the words for this one were written by Adam Lerhop, and it was illustrated by Magali LaHouche. And this is read with permission from Simon & Schuster. And for today's craft, since we're thinking about stories, I thought we could make something to put our own story in. We could make our own tiny little notebooks. So we'll be able to have a little cover, and you can put your own pictures in it and just do anything you like to sort of make your own little story in your little notebook. So for this craft, you only need a couple of things. You are going to need some index cards. It's great if you have some plain ones and some colored ones, but if you only have one or the other, that's okay too. And you can always decorate the colored one for the cover of your book as well. So you need some index cards. You're going to need a pair of scissors. You are going to need a rubber band. And you'll probably want some things to color and decorate with. You might want some crayons, stickers are great for this too. Maybe you have some sparkly glitter. So anything that you can think of to make your own little notebook nice and special and make it feel like you. And we'll go over how to make these at the end of our video. So let's go ahead and before we get started with our books, why don't we sing our opening song, Hello Friends, together? And for this one, we're going to use a little bit of American Sign Language, and I'll go over the different signs that we're going to use with you right now. Our first sign we're going to need for hello friends, of course, is hello. A nice little salute. Hello. Friends, I need my 2 pointer fingers, and I'm going to go crisscross. Friends, like two friends giving each other a hug. Friends. Then I need to say, it's time. I'm going to tap my wrist for time. To say, I'm going to point to my lips for say. Hello. And we salute again. Ready to sing? Hello, friends. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. It's time to say hello. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. It's time to say hello. Great job. Let's do one more before we jump into our stories. Let's wake our hands and a couple different body parts up. Let's start with waking up our hands with some claps. Ready? We wake up our hands with a clap, clap, clap. Clap, clap, clap. Clap, 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 we wake up our hands with a clap, 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 and we wiggle our waggles away. We wake up our shoulders with a jiggle, 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 jiggle. We wake up our shoulders with a jiggle, 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 and we wiggle our waggles away. We wake up our fingers with a flick, 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 flick. We wake up our fingers with a flick, 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 and we wiggle our waggles away. We wake up our legs with a march, 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 march. We wake up our legs with a march, 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 and we wiggle our waggles away. Ooh, get all those wiggles out. That was great. Let's go ahead and we'll get started with our books right now. So this first one that we're going to read, this is pretty cool because this is all about how stories came to exist. And we'll see lots of different ways that stories have been told over the years by different people in history, and different ways that we tell stories now, too. This is I Am a Story by Dan Yacarino. I am a story. I was told around a campfire. Then painted on walls of a cave. I was carved into clay tablets and told in pictures. I was written on papyrus, type of scroll or paper, and printed with ink and wood blocks. Then woven into tapestries. So are similar to a rug, but you hang it on the wall with different pictures and stories. And copied into big books to illuminate minds, to inspire people, to educate and teach people. I was printed and bound. Looks a little more similar to books we see today. Then acted out on stage. It's another way we tell stories, right? I was read in vast private libraries. Then in public libraries, open to everyone. And in places you never imagine. Let's see, what are some places you see these books? It's a lot. I see a donkey carrying books. I see books in a van, on a boat. These look like books in a vending machine. Have you ever seen that? Instead of candy or snacks, you get books. Books on a camel, books in an old phone booth, books in a little library like we see around the town, books on an elephant. I made people frightened, excited, sad, and happy. And stories make us feel lots of different emotions, huh? I was censored, so the words were blocked out. Banned, people said no books. And burned, but did not die. So some people are saying, no, we don't want these stories. But the stories are still around anyway, they still made it. I've inspired millions. I can go with you everywhere. See modern day, people with stories on their cell phones and tablets. And I will live forever. I am a story. There's really a lot of different ways that we can tell and share different stories with each other, huh? So it's pretty cool, and we get to see how different people throughout different points in history and time, how they told stories. Because sometimes it's a little different than how we do it today, right? Before we read our next one, let's get a couple of our wiggles out. I could use a little wiggling right now. How about you? Can you wiggle your fingers? What about your toes? Can you wiggle your toes? How about your shoulders? Give your shoulders a little wiggle. And what about your nose? Like a little bunny rabbit? Can you wiggle your nose? Let's try them all. Ready? I wiggle my fingers. I wiggle my toes. I wiggle my shoulders. And I wiggle my nose. Now all the wiggles are out of me, and I'm as still can be. And I'm ready for our next story. Let's go ahead and jump right in. Now, the one we just read, I Am a Story, that was all about how we tell stories and different ways that we tell them. This book, This Is a Good Story. This is all about one girl who's trying to tell her own story. And we're going to see how that goes. We get to learn a little bit about what makes a story. And the words were written by Adam Lehrhaupt, and the pictures were done by Magali LaHouche. Our story begins with hero. Or is it heroine? Which one will be the leader of the story? Both? Yes, both works. Let's try that again. Our story begins with hero and heroine. They live in a good town filled with good people called our setting. This is the place the story will happen. As with any good story, ours has a conflict or a problem that needs fixing. And it's a good thing too, because without a conflict, there would be no plot, and our story would go nowhere. Kind of like it is now. So, what's the conflict, you ask? What's the problem going to be in this story? Our setting is under attack. That's a good problem. By a really bad guy. And not just any bad guy, an evil overlord. Wait a second. That's not an evil overlord. Come on, that's barely a creepy sidekick. Let's try this again. That's an evil overlord. Much better, thank you. Now, where was I? Right, under attack! The people of our setting fight valiantly, but evil overlord's armies are too numerous. All the townsfolk are captured. Uh-oh. Except hero and heroine, who just happen to be rescuing lost ducks in the town of Very Convenient. Pretty lucky that they weren't captured. They return to find our setting empty. The library is dark. The candy store is closed. It is devastating. Luckily for the captured townsfolk, hero and heroine are people of action. Wait a minute. That's not a big heroic action. What are they doing? Looks like they're cleaning. Seriously? What kind of action is that? This is a dramatic point in the plot. Our conflict is building. The action will have to determine the rest of the story. They can't be cleaning right now. They need to rescue some people. Let's try it again. Hero and heroine dash off to Evil Lair to rescue the townsfolk. Unfortunately, Evil Lair is not close. It's a long and dangerous climb up a dark, stormy mountain. Up and up and... The gate is heavily guarded. Thinking quickly, Hero distracts the guard, who turns, trips, and thunk! Hero and heroine race through the evil lair. At last, they reach a gate labeled Dungeon. That's a little arrow that says Dungeon. No. Labeled as in clearly marked. We want a sign. Ooh, like that. That's a great sign. This is the most exciting part of the story. This is the climax. Just turn the page. Hero and heroine burst into the dungeon. The townsfolk cheer. Hero and heroine have saved the day. Yay! But not for long. Uh-oh. Evil Overlord has returned. Head to the end, heroine shouts. The final battle is epic. They fight to the left. They fight to the right. Soon, Evil Overlord is surrounded. There is no escape. They got him. Victorious, hero and heroine join the townsfolk at the end. There is much rejoicing. Wow, this is a good story. Or is it? That sneaky, creepy sidekick is cutting those chains loose. Uh-oh. But that's the end, so you might have to make up your own story about what happens when that evil overlord gets loose again. Well, thank you so much for enjoying those stories with me. How about we sing a few songs together before we do our craft? So I thought, since we got to read such great colorful books, why don't we sing a song that includes some colors in it? I thought we could sing Bubble Bubble Pop. And this one's pretty fun because we get to look at different colors. This will be on fish. And we're also going to get to practice counting up to 5 as well. So let's start with our first fish in Bubble Bubble Pop. How many fish are here? I see 1. And what color is this fish? Red. So let's start with one little red fish. Ready? One little red fish swimming in the water, swimming in the water, swimming in the water. One little red fish swimming in the water, bubble, 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 pop. How many now? 1, 2, and what color? Blue. 2 little blue fish swimming in the water, swimming in the water, swimming in the water. 2 little blue fish swimming in the water, bubble, 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 pop. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. 3 little yellow fish. 3 little yellow fish swimming in the water, swimming in the water, swimming in the water. 3 little yellow fish swimming in the water, bubble, 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 pop. 1, 2, 3, 4 green fish. 4 little green fish swimming in the water, swimming in the water, swimming in the water. 4 little green fish swimming in the water, bubble, 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 pop. Last one. Let's see how many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 little orange fish. Ready to sing? 5 little orange fish swimming in the water, swimming in the water, swimming in the water. 5 little orange fish swimming in the water, bubble, 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 pop. Great job! How about now we use our hands for a song? For this one, I thought we could sing Roly-Poly. And this is fun because we'll use our hands a little bit, we'll move them in circles like this, and we'll get to practice some of our opposites too. Ready? I'm going to start with my hands like this, and I'm going to move them in a circle for roly-poly. Roly-poly, roly-poly, big, 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 big. Roly, roly-poly, roly, roly-poly, small, 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 small. Roly-poly, roly-poly, in, 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 in. Roly, roly-poly, roly, roly-poly, out, 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 out. Roly-poly, roly-poly, tall, 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 tall. Roly, roly-poly, roly, roly-poly, short, 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 short. Roly-poly, roly-poly, fast, 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 fast. Roly, roly-poly, roly, roly-poly, slow, 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 slow. Great job. So let's do one more and then we'll sing Goodbye Friends together. I thought we could end with If You're Happy and You Know It. And you can stand up for this one if you like. I'm staying seated for it, but this can always be a fun one to jump up to. Ready? If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it, if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it, if you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're happy and you know it, shout hooray, hooray! If you're happy and you know it, shout hooray, hooray! If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it, if you're happy and you know it, shout hooray, hooray! If you're happy and you know it, do all three. Clap, clap, stomp, stomp, hooray! If you're happy and you know it, do all three. Clap, clap, stomp, stomp, hooray! If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it, if you're happy and you know it, do all three. Clap, clap, stomp, stomp, hooray! Great job! I had so much fun singing with you. Let's do one last song together before we do our craft. And we'll end with our song, Goodbye Friends. And we're going to use a little bit of American Sign Language to help us sing this one. And I'll go over the signs with you right now. It's pretty similar to hello, friends, but this time we're going to be saying goodbye, friends. So first we need goodbye, and I'm just going to wave my hand like this. Goodbye. Friends, I'm going to take my pointer fingers again and go crisscross. Friends. It's time. I'm going to tap my wrist for time. To say, I'll point to my lips for say. Goodbye. And I'll wave again for goodbye. Ready? Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. It's time to say goodbye. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. It's time to say goodbye. Great job! I had so much fun reading and singing with you today. But the fun doesn't have to stop because now we can do our craft together. And we're going to make our own little notebooks today, and you can go right ahead and draw, color in those. And to make these, you are going to need some index cards. It's great if you can get plain ones and colored ones. You are going to need some scissors. You are going to need a rubber band, nice and stretchy. And you'll want some stuff to color with and decorate your books with. You can use crayons, markers, colored pencils, stickers, glitter, anything that you can find to get really creative and make your book your own. So let's go ahead and get started. So first I'm going to make the little pages of my book. So I'm going to need my white index cards for this. And I'm going to use 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to take each of my index cards and I'm going to fold them right in the middle. And these are going to become the pages of the book. So I have one folded, and I'll fold the next one. And last one, with a nice fold right in the middle. And now I can take them and just put them 1, 2, 3 right on top of each other. And they already start to look like book pages a little bit. And now I like to take my, my scissors and I'm just going to cut a little bit off of the edge to make sure that they go nice and easy inside of the index card that's going to be the cover of the book. So I have those. I'm going to put those aside. And then I'm going to get an index card that I'm going to use for the cover of my book. I'll pick my pink one because it matches my dress today. And I'm going to fold this one in half as well. Lots of folding in this. So now this opens just like it's the cover of a book. And I'm going to take my 3 other cards, my index cards that are stacked on top of each other, and I'm going to put them right in the middle. So it's already starting to look a bit more like a book, right? And now what I'm going to do, this can be a little hard because they are kind of thick with the index cards, but I'm just going to fold the edge that is the folded part. And this is going to help me make the spine of my book. The spine is what helps to hold all of those pages together. It's a pretty important part of the book because we don't want all of those pages falling out, right? I'll just give that a nice little fold there. And next, I'm going to take my scissors again, and I'm going to make just a little cut on the top here. I find it is easiest to cut in a little triangle shape. And again, the index cards are really thick, so they can be a little bit hard to cut through. So sometimes you need a little bit of extra help on this. Just cut a little triangle shape like that, and then I'm going to do it on the other side as well. Practice being nice and strong with these scissors to cut through those thick index cards here. All right, so I have my 2 triangle shapes on both sides. And now, this is when I'm going to take my rubber band, and now I'm going to use it to hold the book together. So I'm going to put it right over this side, and I'm going to twist it, and I'm going to loop it back around. And there's your book. And now you can go ahead and you might want to decorate the cover of it. I put some different colors on mine, little designs. You can use anything you want. And once you've done that, you'll be able to open your book right up, and you can draw pictures in there. Maybe someone wants to help you write a little story. And it can be your own special little notebook. So these are really fun and they're nice and easy to make. So I thought it was a pretty fun way to end our, or almost end, our summer reading program with our whole idea of imagining your stories, because what better place to write different stories down or draw pictures to tell a story, right? Well, thank you so much for joining me today. I had such a great time reading with you and crafting and singing our songs together. And next week will be the end of our summer reading program. That's going to be our last week. And I believe my friend Miss Heidi will be bringing you story time that week. And she'll have some excellent stories and some fun activities in store for you. And also next week, we have our last special event of the summer season, and that's going to be our stuffed animal pet show. And this is for kids who are in preschool up until elementary school, and this is going to be on Zoom, so kids will be able to register to participate. You can go to wakefieldlibrary.org and register on our calendar, and you can show us your favorite teddy bear or stuffed animal and tell us a little bit about your critter. We will play some games. I think we're going to be doing a special craft with you as well. And then each stuffed animal is going to be awarded a different special certificate for what makes your stuffed animal special. And we'll do a little award ceremony and everything. So it'll be a lot of fun. You will see myself and my friends Miss Heidi and Miss Amanda at that. So we hope to see you there. And you can register for that again on wakefieldlibrary.org. Thanks so much for spending some time with me, everybody. I will see you next time. Bye!